Hello everyone, it's Meteorologist Jim Caldwell here in the Alert Center on Facebook, YouTube, trying to get you up to date on everything going on in the world weather. First we start local, then we'll expand. We'll get you out to what's going on with Milton. I'll give you my perspective on all of this and how its impact will be felt through the Sunshine State. So as of this moment right now, we are sitting comfortable. Okay, I mean, we've got comfortable temperatures. We've got 68 in Georgetown, 61 in London, 61 in Asheville. This is a really nice day out there for the most part. You look at the hour by hour here locally, and I think we'll hover 70-ish for later today. It's going to be a very pleasant one. That puts you around normal for the 9th day of October. 71, 72 degrees, a good possibility out there. Overnight tonight, it's still going to be chilly, 40, 45 on average. Now tomorrow, I think that we get just a little taste of some cooler air and we're back in the 60s for your highs. But look at Friday morning. This is when it really gets interesting because I've got all kinds of 30s that show up out there. And by the way, if we had clouds, they'd be showing up. If we had rain, it would be showing up. It's just that dry, top to bottom. No clouds, no rain, nothing. That is what's happening out there. Temperatures look a little bit better for the daytime hours there later in the day. Here's the other big issue that's coming our way that's going to shake things up all across Kentucky. It's this frontal boundary. This is for Sunday night or Sunday evening going into Monday morning. That front will move across the area, and as it does, you're going to see the invasion of significantly cooler air. I think our highs Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday could be around 55 to 60. There's some indication, watch this model, that we don't even get to that warm. Now, Sunday's going to be fine. Everything's crashing, starting to do that. You'll see those numbers come down because by Tuesday or by Monday, you're in the low to mid 50s, mid to upper 50s. Look at these numbers early on Tuesday morning, 33, 34, 35, 36. That's frost territory. But what's even, that's impressive. Sure, okay, it might frost. We might just be in the low 50s. If you go by this run, that's what's incredible. 52, 53 degrees, showing 50 in Harlan. That is some ridiculous stuff. And then another shot maybe around freezing the next day. All right, let's go right down to Milton. All right, some of the winds that are already starting to come ashore, 36 there in Fort Myers, 38 in Punta Gorda. You get up to St. Pete, we're at 43, Clearwater 28, Tampa's at 28. So the wind speeds are picking up, and the rain, that's what we're looking at, actual radar data. What we've been able to show you up until now has been satellite imagery, okay? And I know you're going to say, well, that looks a lot like radar. It's not. This is called an infrared satellite image, and we can see how high the cloud tops are, see where the showers, the storms, or whatever may be developing. We can see where it is by looking at this. And the redder this particular thing gets, the brighter it is, the higher some of those tops are. So we've got 1, 2, 3, do we have another one? Yep, we got 3, 4, 5 tornado warnings already out for Florida, and the eye is still right there. Winds are down compared to where they were the last update. They're at 145 miles per hour with the gusts up to 175. All right, now this is coming ashore, okay? Let's get a little closer to the eye so you can actually see it, because right there it is. Watch, you see it a little bit there, and then you see a little more there, and that's headed toward the northeast around 15, 20 miles per hour. Here's the latest forecast track from the National Hurricane Center coming right in. Here's your margin of error, okay? They think, and I do too, I agree with them, I think it is right here within this area is where it's going to come, okay? So if, in fact, let's say it takes the middle portion of this storm track, the winds from this hurricane will be blowing inland out. So Tampa Bay would be out of a high-risk zone for a significant storm surge. And that's been the big concern since we started watching this, as the models have trended toward Tampa Bay. But if it stays on that track, it's not going to have such an impact. You're talking 250, 300,000 homes that are in the low-lying areas that would be wiped out with a storm surge like this, completely gone. Businesses, everything. Wouldn't be able to get access through the bay, the bridges. I mean, this would be a terrible situation. It's going to be terrible anyway as we get down the coast because we still have significant storm surge. That right there is kind of the bowl where it would all fill up. So that's what happens there. Now, beyond that, what we haven't looked at is where does it go from here? Well, after it gets across Florida, and it's going to do that fast, it rolls through the Atlantic. We get you out into the middle Atlantic. Monday, 7 a.m., it's still out there and it's going this way. It's nothing coming this way. It's all going this way. So if you've seen chatter out there that Leslie is going to make a run at the U.S., lies. Don't fall into that misinformation, y'all, on Facebook and on YouTube. They're known for it. Crazies out there. Anyway, this flow is going to take it away from the U.S., and that will help keep us away from any significant run in the U.S. All these numbers are overlapping each other because the graphic updated and I didn't get to change it. But that's what you see right there. A very potent storm as it goes over Florida. All right, let's look at the storm surge. And worst case scenario for the highest population in such a dense area is the Tampa Bay area. So if the storm center does go to the north, well, that's going to put the strongest winds right here because that's where the core would be. That's where the eye would be. So that would drive in the water perfectly into Tampa Bay. Well, the water gets up there, it's got nowhere to go, but just spreads out and just sits. Now, this goes down, but it causes enough damage. But look at this. Look at all the yellows we're seeing. 6 feet, 3 feet, not as significant as yesterday's greater than 10 feet. And when I say greater than 10, we're talking 10 to 15 feet. Now, what likely happens, as I was telling you, if it stays south, the winds are coming this way and the water's actually being pushed away. It's not that it's going to dry up the bay. That doesn't happen because that was a question I saw online. No, it just won't allow the big, heavy storm surge to come into play. Where we could find it, Port Charlotte, almost down to Fort Myer, this area up towards Sarasota, those zones have a better shot now of seeing that significant one. 90% of deaths in a tropical situation, in a tropical storm, a hurricane, whatever it may be, they come from the water, not from the wind, not from anything like that. 90% come from water, whether it be flash flooding or whether it is the storm surge itself. That's where we find our deaths. Just an incredible number because that wall of water comes crashing in. So there's going to be the targeted zone for the most significant storm surge with this system. So, landfall tonight after midnight, friends. We'll be watching it very closely to see what happens. By the time many of you wake up tomorrow morning, it's probably pretty close to being gone all the way across Florida because it may be midday and it's out of here. So that's what happens. All right, you can stay with us on WKYT. We'll have the very latest coming up for you on WKYT News at noon. I'll have it, break it down, and get you the latest coming up here in just a few minutes. Have a great day, everybody. See ya.